In the heart of Umachukwu, a prosperous village, lived a young man named Obiora. He was the epitome of success, tall, handsome, and wealthy beyond measure. His expansive compound boasted mansions that gleamed under the sun, and his barns overflowed with yams and grain. Yet, despite all his wealth, Obiora was burdened by an invisible weight, fear and worry. For years, Obiora had worked tirelessly to build his fortune. His hard work earned him admiration, but it also attracted whispers and envy. People spoke of his riches with a mix of awe and suspicion. "What if they try to take what I have?" he often muttered to himself, pacing the grand halls of his mansion. Every sound at night felt like the footsteps of a thief, every stranger's gaze felt like a plot against him. His fears grew worse when he began hearing stories of bandits targeting wealthy men in neighboring villages. Determined to protect his fortune, Obiora hired guards, fortified his compound with high walls, and even consulted a medicine man for charms to ward off danger. But no matter how much he prepared, the gnawing worry never left him. He stopped sleeping soundly, jumping at the slightest noise. His meals, once relished with joy, now tasted bland. His heart raced even when there was no cause for alarm. One day, Obiora received a visit from his childhood friend, Uchenna. Unlike Obiora, Uchenna lived a simple life, farming just enough to feed his family. He wore a serene smile and seemed untouched by the troubles of the world. Seeing Obiora's gaunt face and hollow eyes, Uchenna asked, "My brother, what burdens you so deeply?" Obiora sighed and gestured to his sprawling compound. "Do you not see what I have to lose? Every day, I worry that someone will steal my wealth or harm me for it. I cannot rest, Uchenna. Fear grips me like a vice." Uchenna chuckled softly and placed a hand on Obiora's shoulder. "You have everything, yet you live as though you have nothing. Let me share a story my father once told me." He leaned in and began, "There was once a bird that built a nest high in a tree. It spent days collecting the softest twigs and feathers, creating a home so perfect it feared losing it. Every night, the bird stayed awake, watching the skies for predators. One day, a storm came and destroyed the nest. The bird cried, but when the storm passed, it realized it was still alive. With newfound courage, it built another nest, simpler and steadier. And from then on, it sang through storms and winds, knowing its strength lay not in its nest but in its wings." Obiora listened intently, his heart heavy with realization. "Are you saying my worry is my storm?" Uchenna nodded. "Your fear robs you of peace, my friend. You must learn to trust in your resilience, not in your walls or guards. What is wealth if it costs you your life?" That night, Obiora sat outside under the moonlight, a feeling he hadn't allowed himself in years. The cool breeze whispered through the trees, and for the first time, he felt a glimmer of peace. The next day, he began making changes. He reduced his guards, stopped visiting the medicine man, and even opened his gates to host a village feast, a gesture of gratitude and trust. As time passed, Obiora's fears began to fade. He realized that no amount of worry could protect him from life's uncertainties. Instead, he chose to focus on living fully, sharing his blessings with others, and embracing the unpredictability of life. Moral of the story: fear and worry drain the joy of living. True security comes not from wars or wealth, but from trusting in your resilience and living with courage.